Ireland's biggest festival of gardening, food and sustainable living is back.
Yes, and this year it's celebrating its 20th birthday, and Deric is there soaking it all in for us.
OK, how's it going, Deric?
Yes, good morning team and welcome down here. As you mentioned, lads, it's the 20th year of Bloom 2026. We're here in the Phoenix Park in Dublin. Our resident gardener Brian Burke is with us. Good morning to you, Brian.
How are you, Deric?
Every time I see you the sun is shining.
I know, it's unreal. Emo a couple of weeks ago, and look at this morning, it's going to be a fab
Gorgeous.
day.
Now, we had a little walk around earlier on, and my goodness, what a setup they have here this year.
Yeah, I mean, it blows my mind every year. I mean, the show gardens are obviously the star attraction, and there's some real quality up there this year. But everywhere you look, there's a feast for the eyes. You know, you've the floral pavilion, you have the wellness area, the kids area, the budding bloomers, the artisan food and drink area, the fashion area. There's something for everyone here.
And there's a big, I suppose, focus on sustainability this year.
Absolutely, particularly in the gardens, and you're starting to see it as a trend in garden design now. We're all becoming a little bit more aware of kind of mainstream knowledge around biodiversity, ecology, environmentalism, sustainability has escalated massively in the past number of years, and you're starting to see that reflected in some of the designs now.
Yeah, it's great. OK, now, and it's great to see, and like, well worth coming down here. There's so much to see and do right across the weekend.
It's a great day out, yeah.
Now, let's talk about lawns, because our lawns have taken a proper battering over the last couple of months, haven't they?
Absolutely. I mean, we had monsoon, incessant monsoon for a while, then we've been baked for the last week. So our lawns don't know what's going on, you know. So it would be fairly typical if you look out your window this morning and look at your lawn, you're probably going to see something like this. It's looking a little bit disheveled, you know.
It's a bit shabby looking, isn't it?
A little bit worse for wear, you know. So what it needs right now, and we're coming into prime time for lawns. So, you know, as regards kids kicking football, putting out a rug for a picnic or doing a bit of sunbathing or whatever, we want our lawns looking well now. So we're looking at two products, right? So Nature Safe Lawn Aid, that's going to offer protection and build resilience into the roots. And this is your feed, right? Your lawn feed. That's going to provide your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium to promote that burst of growth that you want. A few tips with lawns, right? Don't cut it too low. This is quite low. This is sod. This is roll-out sod, as you can see. And that can be a very effective way to create a small space very, instantaneously, rather than trying to seed at this time of the year. But don't cut it too low. Don't scalp it. I'm just going to show you something here, Deric. So we've the blade and then we've the root. And you see that kind of brownish, yellowish area there in the middle?
Yeah, we just showed it to the viewers there at home.
Between the root and the blade?
Yeah.
That's what we call the crown, right? And if you cut your grass too low, you damage the crown. And that's where all the magic happens. That's where all the fresh blades of grass come from. So if you damage that, your lawn is going to take a while to recover.
It doesn't like a skin fade,
It doesn't like a skin fade. Keep it high, about 4 to 5 centimetres, you know?
OK. Obviously, when you're feeding the lawn as well, I mean, how much of it would you put in then into the water?
Well,
let's say, obviously, depending on the size of your garden, right?
Absolutely. But the Lawn Aid, which again is going to promote protection and resilience, that's about 1 litre of that material to 4 litres of water. Put it into your trusty watering can with the rose attachment and soak the area. This is about 75 grams per square metre. So 50 grams is about a handful. So about a handful and a half to 2 handfuls per square metre.
And like, how long will it take your lawn then to recover, I suppose?
I mean, seaweed is pretty instantaneous. And this is about 100 ml per litre, again, mixed in a watering can and soaked onto the grass.
Yeah, OK, OK. So now's the time.
Quick results.
Yeah, OK. You mentioned bread knives. These are handy tools to have.
Oh, the indispensable. Just be careful, just be careful. Don't tell the powers that be you're taking it or what you're going to use it for when you bring it outside. I'm going to get in trouble now when I go home. But brilliant tool for cutting sod. When you lay sod, see how beautifully sharp that's cutting that?
Lovely.
So if you're trying to finesse a piece of sod, maybe around the post or, up against the concrete path or something like that, you want a bit of refinement, you want a bit of precision, and the bread knife is going to do that.
That's a great little tip, isn't it?
Great tool for cutting sod.
And you can pop it back into the drawer afterwards. And
give it a wipe down.
None the wiser.
None the wiser, exactly.
All right. I love flowers, and climbing roses, huge at the moment, and they're coming into full bloom.
Couple of potential problems. We have black spot, which is fungal.
And green fly.
We have green fly, aphid infestation. Great cultural way to control green fly is companion planting. Have you heard of nasturtiums
yes,
and things like marigold?
You can eat them.
That's right. Plant them close to your roses. We call it companion planting. They provide a decoy for the aphids. They love nasturtiums. They'll go for the nasturtiums and leave your roses alone.
Lavender in full bloom as well at the moment. Great pollinators too, aren't they?
Absolutely. Full of nectar, full of food, full of goodness. Now, the thing with lavender is they want a really free draining soil. So very sandy soil. They won't want to be sitting in heavy clay soil or heavy compost. Make sure there's plenty of sand in the mix.
Now, we spoke about the lawn grass, but this is a grass that is coming into trend at the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're all about ornament.
Calamagrostis.
Yes!
Yes,
You
I
nailed
got
it! You nailed it! We're all about the ornamental grasses now in design because of the softness and the lovely counterpoint they provide to some of the flowering plants. There's a lovely softness, lovely movement to that. That will produce a prolific collection of seed heads later in the year, but they're sterile hybrids, so they won't self-seed and they won't colonise the entire parish.
Okay,
you know?
will they grow quite tall now, Brian?
Yeah, about 1.2 to 1.3 metres.
Okay.
So, you're talking a reasonable height. Plant them close together and you get that lovely blanket of movement and softness and
when the wind blows.
And a bit of sound, which is also
nice.
important. Yeah.
Now, my favourites, well, one of my favourites is, of course, the petunias. And we've got the hanging baskets here. My mum always loved hanging baskets at home, and these are beautiful, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, petunia, beautiful. Again, pots, containers, hanging baskets, anything to dress up the front of the house and provide that instant burst of colour.
Now,
it can be
go on,
susceptible to a few problems.
That's
So
what I was
again,
this
is plant defence spray. This is full of a material called chitin, which is a biostimulant, which promotes all of the beneficial soil microbes, creates a healthy soil biome, and keeps those plants healthy and prolific.
And I mean, they're in full, look at that, isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, and you'll get, how long would you get out of that now?
Well, you'll get another month, 5-6 weeks, something like that out of it,
Great. Okay, you're obviously going to be busy down here with the crew over the next couple of days.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a full-on weekend, but it's the most enjoyable weekend of the year. It doesn't feel like work. Bloom runs on positive energy, good vibes, and we all love that.
All right, I have a little bit of a party trick.
Oh, go on,
go on. Martin,
Go.
Elaine, Eric, do you want to see my party trick with a piece of grass? We used to do this at home to get the cattle in out of the farm. So I'm going to spit on here, right? Here we go. Now, this is taking me back. There we go. See, there we go. Every day is a school day. All right. There we have it from Bloom 2026. Back to studio.
Deric's talent truly has no end.
I can do that.
Can you?
Yeah. And anyone who's from the country can do that.
That was his mouth, wasn't it?
Yeah, you put the grass between your fingers there and you blow on it and it makes a whistle. I'll get some grass in a while and do it.
I played the Xbox growing up.
Did you?
Yeah, you're both too old playing with grass. Okay.
Misspent youth.
Anyway. Yes, lots of fun at Bloom. Not just today, but over the weekend too. Still to come
I'm not joking, I can genuinely do it.
Can we get some grass, please?
Can we get some grass?
Can we get some grass into the studio
fake
here?
plastic grass.
Before the end of the day, I'm going to go outside and get grass for Lynn.
Okay.
Oh, that could be misconstrued. Anyway, yeah. Moving on.
That's Friday night. Okay, yes. Still to come in the final hour, from camping to comfort, we have the festival essentials that you need.
Plus, Strip and Dip is back in Wicklow and we'll meet the women braving it later.
And we'll meet the woman who swapped Kildare for island life in the Maldives. We'll be right back after this.